Hello and welcome to the JamGrows YouTube channel. This is the channel where I have been documenting my allotment journey. For anyone who doesn't know, we are on year 2 of owning my allotment. And yeah, I'm hoping to become self-sufficient in regarding to grow my own food. So I'm documenting this journey, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And yeah, hopefully some people find it useful. And it's been pretty fun to do as well. I weren't going to start off today by recording. I was just going to crack on, get some work done. But let me show you, first of all, the weather is absolutely beautiful. But also, a little bit of a bad thing has happened again. So I've just been looking at me kale de Janeiro seeds that I sowed not quite a while ago. I think a couple of vids ago. Let me show you. Now, I can't see the seeds on top this time. But look, there's little holes. There's holes. There's 3 of them that have got holes on. Let me bring this down to give you a closer look. Look, this one's got a hole. This one's got a hole. Oh, is that... Hold on a minute. No, it's alright. I thought that was poo. I don't know why I just went to touch that straight away instinctively. But there's 3 holes. I have no idea if these are even going to grow now, and if there even is any seeds in there. I think there's seeds in that one, and that one. But I thought these would be safe up on my top shelf. I have no idea how whatever is doing it, but they're really going for these seeds specifically. So I think we need another plan of action. Got to redo these today. So I figured I'll do a little seed update, or seedling update. Everything is actually going really well. I'm really happy with how everything's going. Obviously, these are getting really big now. I'm going to get these in just at the start of April or at the end of the month, late at the end of the month. You can see they're really getting some good growth on them now. And also, me red lettuce seeds, which I didn't think was going to work, has actually started to pop up. So that's brilliant as well. Obviously, we've got the Savoy cabbages, the purple sprouting, and the green broccoli. Now, I'm confused about the Brussels sprouts because only 4 has come up so far. Not really sure why. But yeah, I'm leaving them just in case. I mean, even if those 4 just work, 4, I mean, it's good. I mean, I can redo them, right? Leek's still going beautifully. And we've got these little spring onions. Don't know if we've got any roots on this one. Let's have a look. These are my roses that are propagated. Can't see any roots. Fingers crossed. They've got me fingers crossed still. And we've got... What we got here? Let's have a look. Normally you can see roots on the bottom. Once again, no roots on the rosemary. What else we got? And I've just opened my beetroots from Seedcraft. And as you can see, we got a few little ones coming through. That's brilliant to see as well. This little propagator thing that I made actually working a treat. I'm getting a bit carried away with recording. I want to get some jobs done. So yeah, I'm going to do some and then I'll update you. Right, I'm basically done. I'll give you a little update on what I've been doing. I'm pretty happy with where I've got to. So I've just been working on this again. And I managed to get a little bit of a lip dug out this side as well now. And it fully dug over. And the vast majority of the weeds out. I have got to go over again though. But right now, I want to go all the way down there and do first dig where my potatoes are going to go. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. And just like that, I've dug it over. I might sound a little bit out of breath because I absolutely blasted through this. Ooh, I think that's the fastest I've ever done digging. I only had half an hour and I think I've done it about 10 minutes. So yeah, first dig complete on this section now. But like I say, it's absolutely knackered me. I'm glad that that's done now though. What I'm going to do is leave it here and finish it next time I'm down here. I'll see you then. Hello, I am back down my allotment. I've done a few jobs this morning already. It's absolutely beautiful today. It's going to get highs of 18, so I've read on the weather forecast. But yeah, I'll show you what I've done, and then I've got an idea what I want to do, which I'll tell you about in a sec. One job that I've done is I've just been ripping up a load of cardboard for my compost, because I noticed I've just got loads of greens in there but no cardboard. So I've been doing a bit of that, but then I just got fed up of doing that. So I think that'll be enough for now. I can top it up again as I go. Another job that I've done is I put in some giant celeriacs that I had growing in my greenhouse. I just thought instead of wasting them, may as well get them in, see if they'll actually grow. And then I used some of the straw off there to put on here to somewhat keep the moisture in. Because I read one of your comments saying that celeriac likes it moist. So yeah, I've done that, and then I've somewhat cleared up that little bit of the bed as well, which is pretty good. Obviously this was covered up, so now it's slowly starting to come open, as you can see. So I'm thinking, obviously I'm not going to fasten it to the bench, but I want to make some kind of tray, like a composting tray, like a big one, so I can put the compost in it and then fill up stuff from that so it don't all fall down. I've been using this tray right here, but ideally I think it would be better if I have like a slightly bigger one. I could just make it out of pallet wood or something. So I think I should be able to make one, and I've got an idea. So I might crack on with that and then keep you updated on how it goes. Right, very quickly, I'll show you what I've done. I've redone some Kale Nero seeds and I've put them in there. I wanted to do a little bit more sowing, but I've got to get off. I ain't got really time to do it. But I've also done the tray, so let me show you what it looks like. It's a bit big, but it'll do. It works. Right, so here's the tray. It is a little bit big. It slightly overhangs, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's all free wood. I did see one online that was made out of wood for like 80 quid. But look, this is just pallet wood. And then this was the free thing that came with my oven, the kind of pallet. So I just kept that shape instead of having to adjust it. I'm pretty happy with that. Ideally, I could get some sides or some bits of wood on the inside. But yeah, pretty good. At least it's going to collect all the dirt and not go on the floor now, and all over everything. So I'm happy with that. And that is literally all I've got time for today. So I'm going to continue this when I'm back down next. But yeah, I'll see you then. Right, so the flash is on, so I can't really see. But we've had to nip to the allotment. It's like 9:30 at night because I forgot to close my polytunnel. And also, oh my god, what's this? What the? I about walked into this. Oh my days, what's happened to the allotment? Right, yeah, so we're just walking down the path. And also, Bob the gardener's asked me to check on his greenhouse because I thought he might be down here because sometimes he's down here late. So yeah, let's go and shut the polytunnel. Right, so I won't normally be bothered, but look, it's the big door that's left open. And we might get a frost tonight, so I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I'm just having a little check. Make sure I'm not going to lock anything in that might have got in here. Right, let's get this closed.
This flash is very bright.
I was literally laying in bed and I thought, did I leave my polytunnel door open? And I didn't remember closing it, and I didn't, so at least now I can stop thinking about it. Right, time to get down to Bob the gardener. Right, we're going into badger territory. I've not gone around the badger set way, because I want to avoid them. We're going. So we're going the pathway instead. I'm hoping this light will deter them. I am spooked out. Oh. Oh, that was scary. Oh yeah, he's left it open. Yeah. Luckily we didn't see any badgers, so let's get out of here before we get chased. It's alright, it's just Dirk. What are you doing there, Dirk?
Hey, Dirk.
Come here. Come on.
What are you doing out
Hey,
here
you
in the
bud.
dark?
Look at them eyes.
Go home.
I know, go home. What are you doing out late at night? Are you protecting the allotment? No. He's crazy, this cat is.
Go home then.
See you, Dirk. Don't follow us. So I've got the polytunnel. Look, I forgot to say it. Let's not crash into that again. Yeah, we've locked the polytunnel up. I can now sleep soundly. This light is blinding me. See ya. Right, I'm back at the allotment. It's the next day. I'm glad I did come last night because it was so cold. I looked out this morning at my bedroom window and on the top of my shed was a big frost. So I'm glad I did come and close that. Also, yesterday, I got a free haul of a load of free bluebells. There was a box outside someone's house and it said free bluebells. So I'm going to get these planted up. I'm quite happy with that. Look how many there is. There is so many. My plan of action today, I've got a few jobs. I've not got the longest of time, but I'll show you what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, because this is a little bit long for this table, I think I'm just going to cut here and have it open. That way it's going to be a little bit more easy access in this way. And it's going to be less bulky off the table. So I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to plant them. So I'm going to do that first of all. And then I'll just see what I get up to. Right, I've finally done the modifications to my potting up tray. And this is way better. Let me show you. So, as you can see, I've put the bits on the inside. So it's nice and clean on the inside. Both sides. I was going to put some bits on here, but I thought I could just keep going. I'm just going to leave them. And then I put this bit on the front, so it's also got an edge on the front, so it's not going to fall off the front. There is slightly little gaps here, but way smaller than obviously these big gaps. So I'm really happy with that. Check that out. And it fits a lot better as well. So that's another good thing. That is a good job. Well done. Right, I'm about ready to go, but I'm going to do some little updates on what I've been up to. So obviously, I've been using my potting tray thing. Really good, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I've sowed some celeriac. We've got some giant one. And then we just got some normal celeriac as well. And I've also sowed a bunch of tomatoes. Maybe a little bit too early, but I'm hoping for the best. All different varieties from the kind person that sent them to me from the last video. So hopefully, with any luck, we'll at least get a few. What else have I been doing? Basically just that, sowing, doing a few bits like that. I've also done some little gem lettuce in the back there. But yeah, we're running out of room a little bit. I've got loads of stuff going on, but I like it. That's how I like it. Got my beetroots coming up now. I've took the cover off that to give it a bit of air. So I'm just going to give some bits a little bit of water. I've also done a harvest for me dad. Got him some leeks and these. The reason I've chopped these up as well is I just wanted to make sure they were safe and they weren't infected with the allium leaf miner. I think they're all right, so they should be fine. He'll chop them up and wash them anyway, so there we go. Nice little harvest there as well. Well, that is literally everything I'm doing today. Like I say, I'm going to do a little bit of a water, but I'm going to get out of town and I'll continue this when I'm back down. Hello, I am back once again, and I'm going to be doing a few jobs today. I've got in mind what I want to be doing, so hopefully I can get through a few little jobs. But I was just looking around and there is some good things and some bad things. Let me show you. I can't remember if I showed you this yesterday, but I'll show you. Basically, I put some of the plants that I got for free, the bluebells, in. I put them all in the wild area. Figured that would be a good place for them. They could do with a little bit of water, to be honest, so I'm going to do that. Another good thing is over here, my rhubarb started to have leaves on it. And look at that, that crown looks really good now. This is the one that I planted. The other two, obviously, I inherited from previous plot owners. But this one is actually doing somewhat all right now. So fingers crossed, that stays picking up. And now for the little bit of bad news that I've got. It's regarding my kale plants that I've put in. So, some of you might remember from, I think a couple of videos ago, well, fair few videos. I put these kale plants in, and as you can see, I don't know what's done it, but they've been absolutely demolished. This one's actually holding up a little bit on the top. But look at this one. This is the new one that I put in. Absolutely been demolished. That looks like a massive bird poo to me. So, and there's another one there. So potentially a bird could have got in here, but how? Because this door thing was closed. There's no gaps in here or anything, so I don't know. I'm a bit confused, to be honest with you. I am a bit confused. But yeah, that one, this one, and that one, they've all been eaten. My scarlet kale, though, still going good, which is pretty nice. I wonder why they didn't eat the scarlet kale, but they went for the others. Now, other than that, everything else seems to be going pretty well. I've just been having a little wander around, seeing what's going on. But yeah, it seems to be going all right, to be honest. Well, plan of action today, first of all, I think I'm going to just prep all of this area. Obviously, it's had first dig on the end, and this has had a little bit of a dig, but I'm going to try and get it all ready, so when the time comes, stuff can go in. So I think that's the first job today. Hello, right, so I'm back. I had to shoot off yesterday, but I did get, I'll show you what I got done. This whole section done from here all the way to there. So that's really good. It's looking really good. Nicely broken down. And I'm planning to get my first earlies in today. Now I might cover them up with a cloche because it's supposed to get a little bit colder. But I'm going to get the first earlies in today. I've got some things I want to show you and talk about. Right, so first of all, we've got the weekly coffee grounds from Danielle's work. Another big bag full. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I have got a topic of discussion which I want to bring up. Now, I have no evidence to suggest this is actually happening, only word of mouth. This has not happened to me personally on this allotment site yet. I'm saying yet because it might happen. I don't really know. And I kind of want to get some feedback. What are your thoughts about this and why it might be happening? So we know, me and Mr. Bob the gardener, we know allotment tiers around different allotment sites, right? So quite close to here, there's an allotment site where the council have requested every single person who owns a plot to take photographic evidence of what they're growing and what they will be growing, and basically send it to head office of the council. That's what I've heard. Again, I don't know how true this is. I've got no 100% evidence. Like I say, I've only had word of mouth, but I thought it'd be interesting to bring up. And like, I was trying to think why they would do that. Now, the only things that I can really think of is to somewhat make sure they're not growing anything illegal or anything like that. I don't really want to go down, I mean, there's loads of conspiracies that you could start going down. I don't want to go down that route because, like I say, there's no actual evidence. This is purely come from an allotment tier on that site, and then it's been given to Bob, and Bob's told me. So, again, it's kind of a bit of Chinese whispers, if you like, but it was interesting to me, to say the least, and I do wonder if they're going to start coming, and obviously, because I'm on a council site, I do wonder if they're going to start coming and requesting the same things, photographic evidence of what we've grown, what we've got, and yeah, somewhat handed that into head office. Not really 100% sure. So again, I don't know if this is 100% fact, but I've just re-listened to the voice note that we received, and it sounds like, to me, I don't know if it was a council site, if it's a council-run site, so maybe the council are getting involved, but it's still quite odd to see, for me personally, why they went round to each plot to find out what exactly they're growing. And of course, with the photographic evidence, I mean, we do have people come around here on this allotment every 3 months, so I don't know if they're going to do that here. I mean, they can just come and see, right? They can come and see what exactly we're growing with their own eyes. So if they needed any photographic evidence, they could just get that themselves. And the voice note we received, it said they have no idea why. They've been given no idea why. They've just been told for the names, addresses, and photographic evidence of what they are growing. So I think maybe it's not fully run by the council. I don't know. I'll have to find out this information for sure. I mean, even if it's not, and the council are getting involved on this site, it's kind of interesting. Now, I was looking online actually to see what can be grown and what can't be grown in certain areas, and there is kind of a thing online, but again, it's not the best information, so I didn't really want to go off that as gospel. But apparently in certain areas anyway, you can't actually grow certain stuff, so I've been told from online. And the council do have to keep a record of what they're growing. So maybe if it's not a site that's run by the council, maybe that's what they're doing. Who knows? But yeah, it was very interesting to see, to say the least. I thought I'd just bring it up as a little bit of a topic of discussion. See what you guys think. What are your opinions on that? Why would they be wanting photographic evidence of what's growing and what's not, and what they have got? Again, like the voice note said that we received, there's no answers really, just kind of that. So I thought, yeah, I'll pop it in the video, see what you guys think. But yeah, it was very interesting to me. I was up early this morning thinking, what? That's a bit crazy, right? But at the same time, I'm sure there's some kind of logical explanation to it. So I was just looking online again, just doing a bit of research. I was looking at the tenancy agreement, the place in question that I'm talking about. Now, there is 2 allotment sites in the place that I'm talking about. One is directly ran by the council, and the other one is not ran by the council. So I'm assuming that it is the one ran by the council. But if it's the other one, that does bring up a few more questions to me, in my opinion. But yeah, the main thing I want to find out, I mean, I would have rung them today, but it is the weekend, and we all know that the council is not open on the weekend. I would have given them a ring and just asked and inquired, to be honest. My question to you is, if you are on a allotment site, whether that be a council run one or just a normal one that's private or run by the allotment association, have you ever had a crop audit before? We'll call it a crop audit because that's essentially what they're doing. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever heard of that going on? Or does this just sound a little bit far-fetched and crazy? I mean, I don't know. I would like to see what you guys think. Feel free to be completely honest in the comments. Like I said, there is no solid evidence to suggest this. This is completely word of mouth. Though, from the guy that we heard it from, I don't know why he would lie. I don't know why he would kind of throw this in and then just make people wonder. He actually told us to somewhat of, not a warning, just to say, well, if it does happen, then you heard it here first kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, I'm interested to see or hear what you guys think about that. Why on earth would they be doing crop audits? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, let's jump on to some actual jobs and enough chit chat. One last thing about that matter. Basically, I'm only really asking as well because I'm new to this. This is a whole new thing to me. This is the second year I've had my allotment, so I never really expected that sort of thing to be put in place. So again, any feedback regarding that is greatly appreciated. Again, it's not happened to me, remember. So yeah, there we go. Let's get on with some jobs. Now, I do have a question for you guys, and it's a little bit of a problem that I've got regarding my potatoes. Right. So I've took out all my potatoes from my polytunnel because it's quite humid in there. I noticed they was getting a little bit damp. So I'm just letting them dry out a little bit. My problem is this. I have no idea, because I've not named them, what potatoes are what. Now, I had main crop, I had second earlies, I had first earlies, which I actually know which ones those are. And these ones, because of the chopped up potato, they're the blight resistant ones. So I know which ones they are. How am I supposed to tell which one's which now? Of the main crop and the second earlies. I don't know if there's a way to tell, because look, they just look very, very similar. I thought maybe size, so the biggest ones, but they're all reasonably the same size. I don't know how to tell. This could be a little bit of a problem for me, right? Or so I'm gonna have to mix and match. And it'll be like a surprise harvest. I mean, what are your suggestions that I should do? Right, I think I've figured it out. I've gone back through my videos and I've tried to figure it out from my videos. That's a good thing about doing these videos. Couldn't find the exact information that I needed, but this is what I've gathered, I think. So they're the second earlies. They're the blight resistance, which I knew already. They're main crops, and then that one's a mystery. So it's either main crop or blight resistant. Now, I'd like to say blight resistant, but I did remember that we had some mold going on with the blight resistant ones, which I had to get rid of a few. So I don't know if I had that many in total. I think it might have just been one tray. So yeah, there we go. I think I've worked out. I don't know. Any suggestions so I can figure it out? I mean, yeah, it's welcome. Now, fortunately enough, I know which ones the first earlies are. And this is these ones, purely for the fact of the size. They're very small. They're like salad potatoes. I'm a little bit worried that some of these are not even going to grow potatoes because they're that small. But I'll still put them in. I might put like 2 next to each other like that if they're just so small. I don't know why. Just to kind of make up the size. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'll try that. It's going to be the first job today, get these in. So, I've just got this out of my shed. I have no idea how this has happened. My whole handle has snapped. I literally didn't notice this before. Fortunately, it's not fully snapped off, so I think I can maybe tape it up or something. But look at that snappage. That's crazy. I have no idea how that's happened. Right, so update on what I've been doing. So I've done a little trench. I've basically done it the same as I did last year. The only difference is I'm not putting compost in the bottom this time. And I've used a little sprinkle of coffee grounds to give the ground a little bit of extra nitrogen. And this is where my first early is going to go in. So I've just done one trench for now. Don't know how many trenches I'm going to need. It's a slightly big trench, but it'll be okay. It seemed to work last year. So I'm going to get the potatoes in now. All right, nice. Now, what I've got to do is cover them up. Just like that. That's the first row in. And we'll get another row in just here. So now, time for another trench to be dug here. And just like that, trench number 2 is complete. Let's get the potatoes in. Potatoes now in. Let's cover them up. And now I've got these left, so I might put these on the other plot somewhere as a little test. Right, so I've done. And I've also got 2 sticks either end of the trenches. So one there and one there. And that way I know where to water. So I'm going to do 1 extra sprinkle of coffee grounds, give it a water, and that's the first job done. Right, so I've done my watering. The good news is the taps are back on, so I was able to use my hose pipe, make things nice and convenient. The bad news is, check this out. I have no idea how this has happened, because it's been in my shed for the whole... it's like someone's literally cut through the whole thing. It's been in my shed for the whole of winter as well. Look, and that's like a slice. That is like a slice. Fortunately enough, I don't know if you guys remember, but not long ago, I actually pulled a hose pipe out of the skip. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm going to test it now. And with any luck, that one will have no problems. It's also on the reel, if you remember. So I'm going to pull that out, test it, and see if it works. I have no idea how that slipped, because like I say, I brought it in over winter and it's been in my shed. So unless I've accidentally done it, I don't know, but yeah, it's a shame. Let's have a look at my other hose pipe anyway. And we've got a success. It works. Doesn't look like there's any leaks on it either. That's actually pretty good, to be fair. I'm happy with that. Look, it's on a reel, like I mentioned, so I can unravel it. So it keeps it nice and tidy as well. But it works, yeah. I need to turn this off before I start flooding the path, but that is so good for free, right? Got it out of a skip. I've also had somewhat of an idea about my other hose pipe, so I'm going to plug it back in, find out where the cut is, and because it's so close this way, I think I can just cut that bottom bit of the hose pipe off and just make it a little bit shorter, because it is like a 30-meter hose pipe anyway. So I'm probably going to lose about 5 meters, if that. So I can still use it, you know. It's not completely broken. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm just looking at my hose pipe, and how weird is this, look? There's loads of marks on it. Not just one. Is that something I've done wrong? Have I split it somewhere, or is the weather done that? There's loads all the way down. I am so confused right now. Why has it done that? I don't think anyone's done that, right? I guess it's got to be weather related. I don't want to think too harshly about people, but it kind of looks like it's been slashed. It could have just cracked, I guess, in the weather. But I thought it'd be alright in my shed. So here's the main bit. I don't think someone slashed it. That's got to be something weather related, right? Though it looks clean. I don't want to assume the worst, obviously. It's probably something I've done. Let me try and get a better view. Look, it's a clean cut. There's a few. So, I mean, the rest of the hose pipe looks reasonably good. I guess it's cracked when I've left it out or something. What do we think? So I've just been doing a little bit more examination of the hose, and it comes down to around about here, the marks. Not fully. Every now and again there is some, but you can see the rest of it's pretty clean, which is a bit confusing. I don't think someone would have done this. I think it's probably something of my own doing. Look, you can see there's some here. I'm thinking maybe the mud dried and it's gone cracked or something. But that's gone quite far down, as you can see. So that's how much that goes from there. And I've chopped the end off now. So where the big leak was. But I think inevitably this one is going to start leaking again. So yeah, what do you think that is? Just because I've left it out? Well, it's a bit of a shame that my other hoses broke. But to be honest, at least I got that other one. So it's not all doom and gloom. I think the next plan is this. So I'm going to clear this area right here. This space, and I'm thinking, I mentioned in the last video I might have to put potatoes there again, but I don't actually have to do that if I do this smartly. So what I'm going to do is move this whole thing, which I had brassicas in last time, over to there. That way I can have brassicas there, which I didn't have, and then potatoes there. And that of course means I'm not growing crops in the same position as I did last time. So I think that's a win. I've just got to move all that and figure out how to stabilise it a little bit better. Let's do this. I'm really not having no luck with my kit. Me tape, I just tried to get it back in, it won't go back in, so I tried to force it. And it snapped. So that's me spade, me hose, and me tape. So the next plan, if I want to get this net in here, I'm going to have to move that bush. I'm going to have to move this stump. Now I did have in my head I wanted to move this anyway, I just didn't get around to it. So hopefully it won't be too hard, but with a broken spade it's not easy. So I mean, I've already managed to get this big root out. So I'll keep you posted, see if I can do it. Now thankfully, that was the easiest stump I've ever had to get out, ever. Got it all out and the roots. That's one down, one to go. Right, update time. The bush is now out. Unfortunately, it did snap. But that does mean maybe, potentially, if I replant these, which I'm going to do somewhere, I might have 2 more bushes, so that's a win. Right, so, good news is, I've now got the nets moved down here. The bad news is, whilst I was trying to hammer it in, I've fully whacked my hand. And that's a good one, to be honest with you. It won't stop bleeding. I ain't got my first aid kit on me either, so we're trying to make something do at the minute. I have ran it under the tap, but as soon as I bash this in, I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, look at that. It's a right good one. I hit it and it basically just popped. Alright, I forgot to get the outro because I was too preoccupied with my finger. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.